Hi, and welcome to Roll It Like Rossiter, where you get 5 techniques for the most common pains we see at Treasure Valley Rossiter, and the #1 stretch that will make your pain worse. So we're gonna avoid that one. Our favorite Rossiter, Roll It Like Rossiter technique is adductors. It is fantastic for low back pain. We love the yamana ball, just like this. If you do not have a yamana ball, you can just use a kid's bouncy ball, anything that has a little bit of a squish. So actually, this has a little bit too much air in it. You want your fascia to be able to sink into the ball. Whereas this kind of resists my fascia, it's going to bully against that. So if your ball is this hard to resist into, you need to take a little bit of air out to get the biggest bang for your buck. Okay, once you have your ball, you will find yourself in the front plank position. When you have a lot of knee pain in tangent with your low back pain, I suggest starting low by your knee. You're gonna find a lot of the hot stuff down there. It's gonna be pretty tender. If you just have isolated low back stuff, you can start up a little higher. For you, so that you can see, I am going to show you the knee first, and we are going to slowly inch up by 2 inches every time. I'll show you in a second. Okay, so we find ourselves in a nice front plank. We stick our knee out at a 90 degree. We're gonna place the ball directly under the knee, and then we're gonna rotate our chest downward. This is gonna open up our hip a little bit, and now I'm gonna flex my toes like this, bringing my toes up towards my nose. I am anchored the ball to the inside of the knee, and I'm gonna lift and lower my heel. I like the magical number 3, so I do this for 3 times, and then I draw big, slow circles for 3 one way, and then 3 the other way. The only 2 in this scenario is 2 inches up. It gives us a little overlap from our last spot. We slowly lift, we slowly lower. Our connective tissue changes really slowly. We need to keep that in mind. And then we do 3 big circles. And then the other way. We are gonna continue moving 2 inches up until we get to the very top of our hip. And circles. And of course you can do this opposite, starting in the hip first and then working your way down to your knee. Keep going, and I'll see you in the next stretch. Our second favorite yamana stretch is quads. So we will also be in the front plank position for this one. We will have the ball directly in line with the hip, so the ball will be here. We are going to be in that front plank, and we will bend the knee, bring the heel to the bum, and then slowly rocking your heel, rotating through your hip as you slowly straighten that leg down, and then you'll come back up and zigzag slowly all the way down. Guess what? You're gonna move your body up, your ball is gonna come down 2 inches, and you're gonna do it all over again. Zigzagging down nice and slowly, and then zigzagging up, and then back down. You get a bonus ab workout. If this is too much for you, you can always drop the opposite knee, and you can always bring your body down into the ground and just relax so that you look like this and just moving. If you're strong enough to hold front plank the whole time without tightening everything back up, then feel free to hold yourself in that front plank. You'll get more weight in that ball too, which will make it a little better if you're ready for it. Okay. Your abdomen is where tons of fascia interconnects through your upper body, your lower body, your intestines. It's constantly short while we're doing all of our things, right? It's always compacted. What we don't think about when we have back pain is creating space in our abdomen. We think about doing core exercises, But what happens when you lose space is those muscles cannot fire. So one of the most important things for you to do to find lasting back pain relief on your own is to get into your abdomen. So once again, we're gonna find ourselves in that front plank position. We are going to find your xiphoid process is that sticky outy thing right below. So your sternum goes down and if you feel that, make sure you do not press on the xiphoid process. We are going to be below it with the ball, and we're going to drape ourselves over the ball, and we're going to breathe. Our inhale is going to be our connective tissue stretching and reaching over the ball, and the exhale, we're gonna dive deep into the ball, and the ball is going to go sink in towards the spine. With every third breath, we are going to move 2 inches. Sounds familiar from the last few stretches. We are going to either move right 2 inches, so we're following that rib cage line, right? So we're gonna be center, and then we're gonna come down 2 inches, and then you might even have another one, 2 inches. And then you're gonna come back to center, down 2 inches, and every single time you do 3 big breaths, inhale, and exhaling as far as you can, and then 2 more inches. And each inhale you do 3 times and 3 exhales. Okay, let's do it together. So we're gonna take our ball. We're gonna find our xiphoid process. We're gonna go into a nice front plank position. We're gonna drape ourselves over our ball. So we're here. It's super glorious. We're gonna take a big breath in, pushing my belly button into the ball, and then I exhale. And then I inhale again, and then I exhale. This ball has too much air in it. Big breath in, and out. If you are resisting relaxing over the ball, you should take a little bit of weight out or take your body off of the ball a little bit more. You might be trying to go a little bit too deep, too fast. Once you've done 3 breaths, I like to go right first. So 2 inches to the right and down a little bit. We're on the inside of the rib cage. Take a big deep breath and exhale. And inhale, and exhale, and last one, every sip of air, and exhale, really allowing that ball to sink as deep as possible. Woo, good. I think there's one more on that side. If you got it, you're gonna go on the inside of we're inside of the ribs, we're not in the floating ribs, and we're almost to the ASIS, the top of your hip crest, but not quite yet. Or for smaller torsos, you might be on the top of the ASIS. Big breath in, and out. And big breath in, and out. And one more. And out. You'll go back to center, and then you'll go to the left. You'll do the exact same thing. Inhale, and exhale. Woo. And inhale, and exhale. And one more. Inhale, and exhale. Okay, 2 more inches to the left. And down a little bit. Big breath in. And exhale. And big breath in. And exhale. Ho ho. Big breath in. And exhale. Let's do one more. One more. Inside of the ASIS, top of the hip crest, lower rib cage, big deep breaths. And out. And big breath in. And out. And in. And out. So that is the abdominals with Yamana. And if you have more pelvic floor stuff, please let us know. We have a very specific roll it like Rossiter stretch that you can do easily for your pelvic floor. This is actually a huge part of many mysterious migraines. So if you or a friend has mystery migraines and they are cyclical with your period, please let us know. We have a lot of tools for that. Our fourth exercise is lats. So the easiest way to find where we'll be working is take your 4 fingers, stick your pinky in your armpit, where your finger ends, this is where we'll end. And then when you go the opposite, stick your pointer finger in your armpit, where your pinky ends. All of this is fair game. We'll be rolling out every inch of that fascia. So we will now take our ball laying on our side. I like to just place the ball right in my armpit. You can do a couple different things. I like to keep my arm nice and straight here. So come up onto nice little teepee, and I reach my fingertips up and away. As I engage and push my arm away, it engages my lats. I separate my feet so that I'm nice and stable here. And then I plant my hand in front of me, and then I rock forward and I rock back. I really want to make sure that you guys aren't rolling forward and back here. You are stationary on your ball and you're just pivoting with your top shoulder forward and back. So pivoting. How many times do you think? Maybe 3. And then we'll scoot 2 inches down, a little higher into your armpit, and we'll rock forward and rock back. If you notice it's not intense enough, you probably have to push your fingertips away a little bit further. So really make sure you're reaching. This one's really good for opening up the chest a little bit more if you're having a harder time breathing, if you do lots of weightlifting, if you do pull-ups, anything like that. Lots of deadlifts, this one will feel really good too. And then we're gonna come down a little bit more, that 2 inches. We're reaching, pushing the fingertips away, rocking forward and rocking back for that 3 times. Good. Nice. We're gonna keep moving. If you've run out of room, you can always lift your body and move the ball up towards where you're going to be. I'm at my last stop, so we're gonna rock forward and back. I'm opening up my triceps a little bit. Good. And then you come back to your armpit, and now we go the opposite direction. Having so many clothing malfunctions. Gonna reach the fingertips up and rock forward and back. When I'm in my lats lower, I like to really reach my chest forward. So this is a little bit more on the pivot, rocking, pulling that chest forward, pushing the fingertips, and then rocking forward, and then pulling that chest forward, rocking the top shoulder back, and then going to my next one. If this is like me, if you're like me and your head's getting really sore from holding this position, you can just cradle your arm here or relax your head in your arms and rock forward and rock back. Good. Now it's time for pecs. Pecs are magical when you have headaches, migraines, neck pain, any upper back pain. Get the same side pec first. I like to do 2 different variations. The first variation that I will show you is going to look a lot like scorpion pose. So if you are familiar with scorpion pose, get into that. If you're not familiar with scorpion pose, I will show you. So you will be belly down. When you want to work your right side, you'll place your right arm out, and then you'll place your ball right kind of the top of the deltoid. So the top of your shoulder should be pressing into that ball. And then you'll place your opposite hand on the floor. From here, I like to keep my palm on the floor and rotate onto my shoulder. When I'm really flexible, I can get way back here, but right now I'm not. So I'm gonna be forward here. You notice how I'm bringing my lower knee forward to keep me in a nice and stable position, keep me from cranking my back in funky positions. Find a place that's comfortable. Even if you want, you can put pillows or whatever under your hips. Make sure you're nice and safe in this position. It can be amazing for your neck and shoulders, but I don't want you to make your back all cranky in the meantime. So we are in this position. We are in scorpion. We are now going to push our right hand away. Look at how I'm reaching there. Now I'm gonna rotate a little bit more, and I'm gonna rotate my palm up. This is variation 2. I can also alternate between variation 1 and variation 2 with my hands, my fingers spread wide. I'm actively reaching away from my body, and I'm rotating that palm up and then the palm down. You can't see my palm, so the palm up and the palm down, and then all the way back. See how I can rotate so far, and it changes that tissue under the ball. If I'm slowly opening that tissue while I'm working, I can rotate maybe a little bit more, giving it only 20 seconds, and then I slowly come out by straightening out my legs and rolling off the ball. So you might have guessed it, but there are hundreds of roll it like Rossiter techniques to choose from. The ones we showed you here are the big honchos. If you just stay focused on these 5 rollouts, I am sure you will notice a reduction in pain, even when we didn't even touch it in this session. Sounds crazy, but just wait. If you want to experience the most effective modality for pain relief, come in for your 1-to-1 Rossiter stretching session, where we have trained with the best of the best to get you the even faster pain relief for just $30. But if you were far away or just not ready to be pain-free just yet, then just keep doing this video. Okay, quick question. What muscle do you think gets smashed, and stretched the most? Your glutes. This is one of the largest common denominators with our clients when they have lingering back and hip pain. Stop smashing and stretching your glutes, my friends. You are just making matters worse. The best example of this is when 2 people are sharing a bed and one person steals all the blankets, which is the source. The other person, the reaction, is likely to bark, "Give me some blankets back." Who is the source of the problem? The person that stole the blankets. You have to go to the source to make any change, not the reaction. The reaction likely has nothing to give and is tight to compensate for the source. The same goes for all pain. Many clients are so sad when I say this because they get temporary relief when they roll and stretch their glutes. Don't let this facade confuse you. You will not heal your back or hip pain if you keep foam rolling your glutes. I have proven it with over 1,000 clients. If you do exactly what I show you in this video every morning and night, I guarantee that you will notice a significant difference, likely right away, and for more extreme cases, in less than a week. Results get better over time. The longer the problem has been in your body, it can mean it might take a little longer to get it out of your body, but be patient, my friend. Rome wasn't built in a day.